Welcome to day 2 of my Tampa trip. Today we are reviewing Busch Gardens Tampa Resort. The first coaster we hit up was Cheetah Hunt. This is one of my favorite roller coasters ever, only recently being topped by the Velocicoaster. But it is a Intamin Blitz that launches multiple times. It launches 3 times and it has 1 inversion. For layout, I give it a 7 out of 10 because there's a lot of back and forth motion. For ride experience, I give it a 10 out of 10. Very smooth, very cool. For exterior, I give it a 9 out of 10. Gets a little blocked at times, but is very photogenic. And for theming, I give it a 7 out of 10 because of the fact that the carts are cool, but there's not really much theming. Next up we have Montu, the B&M invert of the park. This is another one that I love. It's very intense. There's a lot of positive G's in the drops. It has 7 inversions and I love it. For the layout, I give it a 10 out of 10 because of the fact that it's just back-to-back inversions. It's really cool. For ride experience, I give it an 8 out of 10 because of the fact that there's an ultra factor on it and it steals shoes at times. For exterior, I give it a 6 out of 10. This one is like one of the least visible ones in the park. And for theming, I give it a 7 out of 10 because there's some pictures and some other like theming aspects, but not really a lot.
这一次我真的睡着了。
Next up is Cobras Curse. This one wasn't open when we went there, but I have been on it, so I can give a review. For theming, this is the theming coaster, the 10 out of 10. It revolves around the Snake King, the Venomous, who has cursed the land, and explorers found it, and chaos happens. For the ride experience, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really good family coaster, but yet again, knowledge factor. For exterior, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's a little bit hidden, a little bit chaotic, but it's a very nice coaster to look at. And for layout, I give it a 7 out of 10 because much like Cheetah Hunt, it has some repetitive aspects to it.
Can you see the light in the sky? Oh, that is my gift for your life. Many times when I close my eyes, I hope you can hear the
up, we have SheRa. This is a B&M dive coaster, and the only B&M dive coaster I've ever been on to date. This is a very smooth coaster, and I give it a 9 out of 10 for the ride experience. For layout, it gets a 6 out of 10, really short. For the exterior, I give it a 9 out of 10 because this is one of the very visible ones on the skyline. And for the theming, it gets a 5 out of 10. There's not really much there. Tigress, and much like SheRa, this is the only impulse I've ever been on, and I was a little scared by it, but it was overall a pretty good experience minus a bit of roughness, so 8 out of 10 for ride experience. For exterior, I give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a very compact one. For layout, holy cow, does Zero G stall. It's just amazing, and so that one gets a 10 out of 10. And for theming, I give that one a 9 out of 10 because this is the only one that has a proper on-ride soundtrack besides Cobras Curse. Next up is Scorpion. This one has a bit of a soft spot in my heart because of the fact that it's like one of 3 in the world, and I like it. I really like good aero coasters. This one, theming, 7 out of 10. It has some cool stuff in the queue. For ride experience, I give it a 8 out of 10. It has a bit of a rattle. For exterior, I give it a 8 out of 10. It gets a little blocked by Falcon's Fury, and for layout, I give it a 7 out of 10 because it has a big helix at the end that just really takes up half of the ride.
Moonlight, when you shine, when you tie, I can't lie.
Next up we have Sand Serpent. This is a Wild Mouse coaster, and a pretty good Wild Mouse coaster. Not the best, it's not Galaxy Spin, but it's still really good. I really like laterals that this puts on, but it jolts around a bunch, and the ejector airtime is actually not really wanted, which is surprising for a coaster like this. So I give this one a 6 out of 10 for ride experience. Also, please excuse background noise. I am not at my usual recording studio right now. For exterior, I give this one a 7 out of 10 because of the fact that it's kind of hidden in the back, but it's pretty good. But pretty out there. You can see it. For theming, 4 out of 10. There's not really much there. And for layout, 6 out of 10. I mean, it's a Wild Mouse. What do you expect? Last is the Kiddie Coaster Air Grover. Theming is 8 out of 10 because it's really well themed. Layout is a 4 out of 10 because it's a kiddie coaster. Ride experience 5 out of 10. No roughness, but still kiddie coaster. And exterior 3 out of 10. You can't really see it much unless if you actually go into the kids area. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.